Hello guys and welcome to Vlogging Project. It's your favorite YouTuber Tony here. Today I'm gonna have a look at a rather peculiar limited edition phone from 2016, and that is the one and only Galaxy S7 Edge Olympic edition, guys. There were Olympic Games in Rio in 2016. I was just starting my channel and there was no way I would pay $1,000 for a phone, but now 4 years later, I finally managed to get my hands on one, and I kind of regret, to be honest with you, that I didn't spend this kind of money back in the day, because in 2020 this phone is still relevant, guys. But before talking about that, let's have a look at the unboxing experience, because it is quite nice as well. See you in a sec. Okay guys, so let's have a look at inside this marvelous box. Check this out, Rio 2016 Olympic Games edition. That's just one of the boxes that you're getting. We're gonna get to the next one real soon. Check this out, guys. Olympic Games edition Samsung. That's a metal plug over here, and the box is unlike any other mobile phone box. Check this out, how nice it is. I'm just gonna go through the accessories very quickly. That was a official Samsung case that I actually bought, guys. Absolutely amazing S7 Edge case. Let me just show you to you in a second how it fits. So difficult to get unboxed. Okay, there we go. So when you put the case like that, check this out, it fits like a glove and it suits very well this limited edition phone over here, guys. Check this out, absolutely marvelous protection over here. That was not included in the box though. Over here you've got a bunch of spare compartments and yet another, well, kind of box. There was the phone over here, just like that inside, and over here you had the power brick, white accessories, of course, and this super nice carry case for the Samsung buds over here, which you can put them in, and you've got this adapter over here. Not all of that is original packaging. The original charger was a European one, but anyways, guys, how many things that you're getting over here. And I think some of the users got the Samsung whatever wireless buds they were at the time. So absolutely amazing unboxing experience. Yes, let's get back to the review, shall we? Okay guys, so what's the deal with the S7 Edge Olympic Edition? Well, you have this, the Olympic Edition blue circles over here, blue accents on the camera, you've got green buttons on the side, red power button over here, you've got this, yellow mesh grille, and of course the yellow fingerprint reader ring as well. Inside the phone, you've got the Rio wallpapers as well as the theme pack and the icons, and pretty much that is it. Hardware-wise is absolutely the same phone. But what's the big deal about this phone? A brief history. In 2016, the Rio Olympic Games, Samsung decided to manufacture 2016 units of this limited edition phone. They were charging $100 over the regular version. The regular was $750 in the US. This one was $850, but the problem is that you couldn't get one because only 2016 all the YouTubers got a unit, and it was available only in 5 countries. In Europe it was available only in Germany. Now all of the athletes got a free unit as well, and you know what they did? They put them on eBay, because I can imagine they were not Android guys at the time. I can imagine all of them were using iPhones or probably Windows. I really don't know, I can only speculate, but there were quite a few units on eBay and there was the chance to get one. But as I said, I was just starting my channel and there's no way on earth I had 700 or 800 pounds for a unit. But now 2020 I finally managed to get one. They're relatively cheap. Without the accessories you can just get one for just under 200 pounds. With all the accessories under 300 pounds, which is not a lot considering only 2000 phones were made, and considering this phone is still good, guys. So we're gonna have a look at the 10 aspects of a phone according to, well, myself and my Vlogging Spectrum scoring table. That's a chart that I compare phones over there. I have compared over 100 phones, guys, and I give them a score. So today we're gonna have a look at all of these 10 categories, I give them score from 0 to 6, depending on how good the phone scores, guys. So let's start with design and build quality. I'm gonna give this phone definitely 5 out of 6 for design and build quality, guys, because pretty much, you know, it's very nice. The phone is definitely very nice. It is limited edition, it's beautiful, but there are two problems with this phone. Problem number one, the fingerprint reader is recessed over here and you have to physically push it in order to unlock your phone. There was a mod which allows you just, you know, to touch it like that ever so slightly and to unlock it, but that's not available out of the box. And the other thing is that the edge detection is absolutely non-existent on this phone. All the time it registers false, you know, readings, which is absolutely terrible. One way of resolving this issue, let me just reach out over here, is by getting the regular S7 pretty much, smaller screen 5.1 inch instead of 5.5, and smaller battery 3100 I believe milliamp hours instead of 3500 or 3400 over here. So yeah, this was my actual company phone for over 2 years, guys. Very happy with it. Of course, I just got it recently. I haven't really used it that much, but a friend of mine had an S7 Edge back in the day. After a few years of usage, his back cover started to pop because the battery was expanding, and I did the replacement for him. New back cover, because it was cracked, was like 10 pounds, something like that. New battery was 10 pounds. So with 20 pounds, I fixed his golden S7 Edge, and you know, he was living with it happily ever after. So yeah, not a big deal, but again, I'm gonna give it just 5 out of 6, guys. So in the next category, we're gonna have a look at the security aspect of the phone. There is no face unlock. At the time, there was face unlock, but with the latest, I believe, Android, let me have a look actually, which is the latest version of this phone, guys. Android 8, Samsung Experience version 9. The Android security patch level is from 1st of February 2020. I guess that's about it with the support. So Android 8, I think in Android 7 there was face unlock, but they removed it for whatever reason. So now you rely on the fingerprint reader, which is at the front, and it works like a champ, guys. So that's why I'm gonna give for the security department 4 out of 5, because nothing can beat the good old front-facing fingerprint reader, and it's quite fast. I can imagine if you flash a third-party ROM, you can get the face unlock back on this device. So I'm just going to talk about the software a little bit later on. Now let's talk about battery life. Easily, I'm getting between 4 and 6 hours of battery life on this beast, guys. Considering the phone is 4 years old, that's actually a pretty good result. You can change the resolution between, Quad HD and 1080p. I keep it on 1080p for performance reasons, but still, you can get like 4 hours of screen on time in Quad HD and 6 hours of screen on time on 1080p. So battery department, I'm gonna give it 4 out of 6 pretty much. So now let's talk about the screen, Quad HD screen, guys. I was recently reading GSM Arena. They did a percentage over here, relative percentage compared to other phones, and it turns out that the resolution of this phone is higher than 97% of the phones on the market, which is absolutely crazy considering the phone was released 4 years ago. So the screen, nothing to talk about really. Quad HD Samsung screen, absolutely brilliant colors and everything else, guys. So I really love the screen. 5 out of 5 actually. Let's move on to the next category. Now let's have a look at the audio department, shall we? At the bottom we've got a mono firing speaker, which is, average at best, so I'm gonna give it 2 out of 5, guys. We've got a 3.5mm jack over here, which is again average, so again 3 out of 5. Talking about the software, you've got Android 8 on board before the One UI, and I'm actually happy that they didn't go this way, simply because my S9 got updated to One UI last year, Android 9, and absolutely ruined the phone. Overheating, lag, performance issues, it was terrible, so they finally fixed it with Android 10. But anyways, this would have ruined this phone, guys. And you've got absolutely everything. You've got the custom themes, you've got the icons, you've got the dark mode, you've got all the Samsung gimmicks. So for once, I'm actually happy that I didn't get a newer Android version. And performance-wise, it's absolutely surprising that you can still run Call of Duty on medium to high settings, which is unheard of for a 4-year-old phone, guys. In the US, this phone was available in the Snapdragon Snapdragon 820 version. In Europe, it was the Exynos whatever equivalent that is, and actually I'm happy with my Exynos version, guys. I never had a problem. I had a Sprint S7H briefly, American one. It was absolutely terrible because of the bloatware over there. So Snapdragon comes with bloatware. That's one thing you should realize. So in Europe, I prefer this version over here, guys, and overall the performance of the phone is fine as long as you stick, you know, to 1080p. You're not gonna have any problems pretty much. So performance wise, I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5, as well as software wise, again 4 out of 5, guys. Let's talk about the cameras quickly. Actually have a look at this video with the selfie camera first. At the front of this Galaxy S7H, we've got an ancient 5 megapixel camera which shoots in 4K. Actually, newer phones should take notice. Unfortunately, there is no video stabilization at 4K, only in 1080p. So a quick sprint looks like that. And now let's switch to 1080p. And now the stabilization is on. 1080p full HD. A quick sprint over here, guys. Alright, let's give a look at a few selfies now. So yeah, selfie camera, guys, 5 megapixels, you can't really expect much. There is not much detail, but they look fine on social media. And most importantly, we've got image stabilization, guys. We've got digital stabilization over here. So I'm gonna give the front-facing camera a solid 3 out of 5. And now let's talk about briefly of the back camera. Have a look at that video. At the back of this Samsung Galaxy S7H, we've got the 12 megapixel camera, 4K maximum video resolution, optical image stabilization, but unfortunately no digital at 4K. So when you run, you get a result like that. Let's quickly check the autofocus, guys. All right. Excellent autofocus, sharp Aqua Sense 2, by the way. Now let's have a look at 1080p. Okay guys, we've got 1080p now. I'm just going to initiate a short sprint to see how the stabilization works. Okay, let's have a look at the autofocus once again. Excellent, very well. We've got 1080p 60, by the way. Let's try this one out. Okay guys, so 1080p 60 fps, video stabilization is on. Let's give it a try. Short sprint. And now let's test the autofocus once again. Not the best phone for this scenario, but unfortunately the autofocus is all over the place at 60 fps, guys. Quite common actually with many phones struggling. Let me see if I tap on the screen. Nah, it doesn't focus. Anyways. So as you can see, guys, you've got 4K recording with the optical image stabilization on. We've got 1080p with all the stabilizations on, and we've got 1080p 60 as well. With the image quality and the low light performance, it is absolutely brilliant, guys. I can't believe that there is so little progress in terms of the single cameras. Of course, they bumped the megapixels, but they still shoot in 12 megapixels, guys. So this phone is still competitive in 2020 and 2021 season, guys. As far as single cameras go, this is one of the best cameras. Definitely holiday approved by me. I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5 over here. Actually, why not 5 out of 5? Definitely, because you know all these auxiliary cameras over here, they're just a bonus, guys. You're not gonna use them every single day, but the main camera you will. And I can tell you something right now. It might be shocking to you, but I prefer the rear camera of this Samsung Galaxy S7H than the one on my Oppo Find X2 Pro for a bunch of reasons. I'm not gonna go into details, but this first gen high resolution, you know, cameras, sensors, I'm really not a fan of. So yeah, 5 out of 5 on the camera department, guys. So how much is the overall vlogging spectrum score? Is 38 out of 60, guys. Back in the day, you invest into Samsung and you get, you know, a 5-year cycle of this phone, guys. And considering you're still running Android 8, it's still usable, it's gonna be good for at least 2 more years. So you can get like 5 or 6 years of usage of this phone. Of course, you have to baby it, you gotta get a case because those sides over here, you might break the screen and it's quite expensive to replace. But all things considered, guys, I can say that I regret not spending any money pretty much on this phone while it was new, because although I can definitely appreciate its qualities now, it's 2020, it's a little bit hard for me to be my daily driver simply because I've got the you know, the Oppo Find X2 Pro over here, so there's absolutely no comparison between those two phones. So I can't really say I recommend you to get an S7 Edge, because if it was well used, you have to replace the battery, this and that, and scratches on this phone look absolutely terrible. So I'm not saying get an S7 Edge in 2020 or in 2021. What I'm saying is that if you're a mobile, you know, phone enthusiast like me, you can get one of these S7 Edge devices, give it to your mom or something like that. It's definitely going to get the job done, and it's a good addition for your collection, guys. And get one while you can, because these are getting harder and harder to get, especially in good condition with all the accessories in. So yeah, that was my point. I mean, you spend quite a lot of money on this phone, but years to come, it's absolutely irrelevant, guys. And again, where is this one gone? Yeah, the regular S7, it was probably the more sensible, you know, solution if you're looking at a Samsung. But I'm actually happy that I've got both over here, and I can tell you that these are still good in 2020. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Subscribe to Vlogging Project if you haven't already. I don't know how you managed to last until the end of the video, you haven't subscribed. So yeah, plenty of more videos to come. All of these phones behind me, they're waiting for reviews. So yeah, I'm gonna see you in the next one. Adios.